So anyways, yesterday I did this thing. It was the Ronnie James Dio Ride for Cancer, it should be a ride to fight cancer. It said it was the ride for cancer. I was like, wait, are these people for cancer? Are these people fans of disco? And then I showed up and it was a bunch of people with fucking Harley Davidsons and knives on their hips and shit. I was like, no, these guys are fighting cancer. Okay, I get it. So I show up at this thing. It was in Encino, outside at this park, and I come walking in, and I'm going to introduce Steven Adler's all-star band that he's putting together, right? And they're going to play a few songs. Eddie Money was there. He was fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Everybody there, like, I don't know, everybody there was just fucking killing it and had like a sense of humor about, because they were outside. It started raining a little bit. And so I walk in there going like, all right. So they want me to joke around a little bit and intro the band. And it's outside, the sun's out, and then it starts fucking raining. It's a bunch of bikers. This one guy walked in, I swear to God, on the back of his belt, he had this fucking sheathed knife. It was like a fucking 10-inch blade. It's like, what are you going to do with that? What the fuck are you going to do with that thing? That's not to defend yourself. You're going to murder anybody. Maybe that's what it is. People see that, and it's just, dude, this guy could kill a fucking bear with this thing. So I'm just thinking, oh, God, this is how is this going to go, right? So I'm watching the bands, and I'm enjoying everybody, yet in the back of my head going like, well, how the fuck am I going to deal with this? Eddie Trunk was there, and he was introing the band, and they were being nice and polite to him, so I was thinking, all right. But he's not trying to be funny, even though he was being funny, but he wasn't billed as a stand-up comedian. So I ended up going up there, joked around a little bit. They laughed, and I introed the band. I turned around, and then, of course, they give me the stretch sign, because it had finally stopped fucking raining. They were getting rid of the four-posted canopy that they had over the drum kit. And I actually joked around and went good. I had a great fucking time, and it took me back to when I used to do college gigs. The college gigs were the worst, because you'd show up as an unknown comedian and they would fucking stick you anywhere. Outside, inside, raining, snowing, they didn't give a fuck. Cafeteria, hallway, mic, no mic. I figure you'd come out, walk out of that walk-in closet. It just took me back to those days and like really having to fight to get the crowd, and I ended up having a great time. And it was great, man. I got to watch fucking Adler play again. And you know what's killing me? Was he does a lot of those fucking 3 in a row on the bass drum. Just playing even like eighth notes at like a mid-tempo. But the way he puts them in really propels the song. So I'm watching him play Welcome to the Jungle. And the last time I watched him play, I figured out something that he was doing. So this time I'm watching his footwork. All right? And there's this fucking guy taking a picture of him. Every time he goes to do that thing, and I'm starting to get it. This guy keeps getting in my way. And then I had this, then the cameraman finally got out of the way, and I'm getting to watch him play a whole verse, and it's coming, and I have this anxiety going, please, don't anybody fuck this up. Don't anybody fuck this up. And all of a sudden I feel this tap on the shoulder. Hey, Bill, big fan of the podcast. Can I get a picture? I was like, And I have too much of a need to be to say, hang on a second. So I fucking missed it again. Because my ears aren't good enough the way they've mixed it. You know what I mean? With the bass and the bass drum. Sometimes I can't tell. Did he do it? What's he playing right there? I don't know. It'll be a lifelong fucking obsession. But I got to watch him do that. Lita Ford came out, sang Sweet Child of Mine. And then they played Rocket Queen. He fucking murdered it. And I had a great time. So thank you to everybody at that event who showed up to raise money for cancer. What was the best was at one point they were singing a Dio song, and I was telling my buddy about this. And first of all, I'm looking at all the people in the fucking crowd, and they're all my age and a little bit older, and I'm just like, wow, man, we are fucking old, right? But everybody's having a great time, and this fucking dude, 5'0" goes up there. I saw him on another event. And he's somehow related to Ronnie, or doesn't. I don't know if he's an impersonator. I don't know what, but he really captures Ronnie's range and really can sound like him. And he started singing, dude, in the crowd. There was this one fucking guy in the crowd, man. He fucking lost it. He still had the Vince Neil haircut, not the teased up one when it's just fucking laid down. And he had like a fucking keg cup filled with beer, well into his 50s. You know, so he's got the whole dad bod and shit. He lost his fucking mind. Because I knew this guy was good, so I was looking in the crowd because I wanted to see their reaction, and this guy just fucking lost it. He's just pointing it. He started pointing at the singer with, like, you know, doing the double point while holding his cup. And he was just like, yeah! He's looking at his friend. His eyes are all wide. Couldn't fucking believe it. And I was thinking, like, that was a kid when I would go see these bands who was about 5 years older than me. You know, already had, like, the fucking awful mustache going. And, you know, and he'd have some hot, skanky-looking chick with some fucking pink and black, you know, leopard print spandex on. You know, and I was sitting there with my fucking, you know, Ralph mouth look. You know, couldn't grow. My hair would never grow down. It would just grow out. I looked like fucking Bernie from Room 222. And I just always think, like, oh, man, if I had brown, flat hair, man, I could get one of those spandex chicks. I used to think that shit. Rather than thinking, like, why don't you just fucking have a little confidence and say hello, you know? This is the one thing. No matter how fucked up you look, you have to hold on to the fact that you got to be somebody's fetish. There's always hope. You know what I mean? You're not ugly. You just haven't met somebody who's into what you're doing or what the fucking hand you were dealt. Okay? And if anything tells me that, it's when you watch those storage wars. Because to me, that's just a bunch of shit. I don't want any of it. And everybody else is freaking out like, dude, look at that. That's a dartboard. I think that's a dartboard in that case. My God, that's a refrigerator. You think there's food in there? You know, the shit that they're looking at. You know, maybe that's what you are. Maybe physically what you look like, you're the human version of what they find in those storage sheds. You know, and if you got a great heart, well, God damn it, you're like one of those original Civil War fucking muskets